Some people will argue that Ukraine, as a sovereign nation, is the one that gets to decide whether it wants to join this side or that side. And in 2014, the president wanted to move away from the EU, but the people wanted to move towards the EU, hence the coup that actually happened. What do you say to the fact
Right.
that it was the people that wanted the movement more to the Western Europe, and Ukraine, as a sovereign nation, is the
Mhm.
one that gets to decide whether it wants to join NATO or not?
Well, that would be great if that were the case, but, the resulting coup was a direct result of the United States and CIA operations within Ukraine causing this division. Prior to 2014 and the coup in the next election in 2010, the Ukrainian people, after having what was essentially a Western supported candidate that they had elected, said no more. And in that election, they went back to Yanukovych. So the Orange Revolution, funded by the US, had failed because although they had their candidate, after a few years of having a Western liberal as their president, the Ukrainian people rejected it, overwhelmingly supported Yanukovych. Once he was in there, yes, as you said, trade deals were happening. And he, at that time in 2013, actually, preferred a trade deal with Russia rather than with the EU. Ukrainians had chosen Yanukovych, but there was much division. And when I talk about division, we're talking about billions of dollars put in. Why else do you see Americans, some of the most evil Americans there are, Victoria Nuland, John McCain, there. I mean, this is going back, for years in terms of what they were doing. Talk about meddling in an election. The entire process was skewed. But what we do know is he was duly elected. International observers said he was the president. The coup was not organic. It was not spontaneous. And in fact, the violence was brought on by the American funded the government that they wanted to then take over. And it has been proven. They wink, wink to Putin sitting there that we are going to have peace and not continue the expansion. It was lies so that the US and NATO could supply the weapons. Maybe not, quote, troops on the ground, but that certainly doesn't extend to now. But certainly the weaponization. Russia has repeatedly said at any point they're ready for negotiation. When that happened, the West quickly sabotaged that as well.